Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to your Music Live here on Studio Live today. My name is Pete, and I'll be your host for the next hour, 2 hours. We got a lot to get through, so we may be here a while. If it's your first time here on this channel, again, my name is Pete. This is Studio Live today, where my goal is to help you create, record, and release your best music. We do that through tips and tricks and tutorial videos, but more recently, I've been loving doing this show because I get to listen to the music you're creating, so does the rest of the community, and then we share what we learn from it. What was good? What did you do well? Were there any areas where you could have done something different? And I say different because it's not good and bad, right? Music is subjective. I say this up front all the time, but music is subjective. There is no good or bad because some of the music that is good, I don't dig whatsoever. So some of the music that's chart topping, someone must like it somewhere. In fact, a lot of people, millions of people must like it. I don't. Same as vice versa. There's a lot of stuff that I'm into in a big bad way that I know is not popular. So let's just get that out of the way right up front. This is not about good or bad. This is about helping you create your best music. Hello to the folks who are here live, who have been waiting for me. Sorry, we're about 2 minutes late today. I was just waiting on all the streaming gremlins in there to get their stuff together. But we are good to go now. Let's say good day. Let's do a quick roll call. We got yeah. We got Desolate Morning here. Damien RBT48. John Paul Music UK. How are you, my friend? 1000 watts. Jade Star. Adam Yates. Metallion 58 is here. SM Borthwick. Gino Therese. Patrick Chandler is here. We have Dan Marino. Tom Rochelle. Stu Cash. We've got Bubba. Matthew Stratton dropping in. Hope you're doing well, my friend. We've got Andrew Goldsby. Darren Danieluk is here. And Noel Bresek and Jeff Brush. Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I'd love to say that I'm super organized for today's show, but it's going to be a little bit of a test run here because unlike last week, I haven't vetted any of these songs. So this could go one of two ways. This could go really well. As I say, with live shows, it can go two ways, or it can go usually a bit of a combination of the both. We can get a slick, well-oiled machine of a stream, or sometimes you get a bit of a train wreck. But usually you get a nice blend of both. So let's go for the blend of both here today. What I mean by that is, we could get anything. And that's probably part of live, isn't it? That anything could happen and anything probably will happen. But here's what we need to do. I need to bring up my Gmail account because this is where all the magic happens. Because if you want to be part of a future show, now, I've definitely got more than I'm going to get through today, but if you want to be considered for a future show, please go ahead and email me, pete@studiolivetoday.com, and put YML in the subject line. YML for Your Music Live. And then you'll go into my magic folder here of songs, and then we will go through and we will play them as we go. So if you want to be involved in a future show, please go ahead and do that. Let's jump in and take a look at our first song of the week. Let's bring this one up. So this is from, let's see who we've got here. We've got Pete Bowen on board. It says, hi Pete, I'm resubmitting When You Walk in a Room, a cover by Jackie Shannon and covered for a hit by the Searchers during the British invasion in 1964. I don't think anyone has used the word nonchalant in a song before or after. So let's bring this one up and see, where have we got here? Twists and go. Here we go. When You Walk in the Room. That I did say before, when we're not doing, previously we haven't been doing cover songs here on the show, and I've kind of opened that up a little bit for this one. However, Pete's also said if you're only going originals, please consider my song Twists and Goes. So maybe we'll do that one to start off with. Righty dokie. So let's take a look at this one. We'll bring up the video. Sorry, we're a little bit clunky today. That's not going to work. We'll go back. We'll do this. We'll copy it, open it in a new tab, and bring this one up here. I know the behind the scenes stuff. It's all cool. We'll get there. So let's play this one from Pete Bowen. This is Twists and Goes, and it's got a video to go along. You know I love a song with a video that we can watch at the same time. So this will be our test run because we haven't actually tried the display yet, but we'll bring this one up and give it a go. This is Twists and Goes by Pete Bowen here on Your Music Live.
All she ever wanna do is fight. I'm sitting sad, nothing but sighs, thinking about this girl and I wanna cry. We've been at this too damn long. I know everything is wrong. I can't help myself. I can't imagine life with anybody else. She twists and goes. She twists and goes. She's a boy and starts to flirt. Why does love have to hurt? Smokes a smile, winks and lies. I'm in love with a butterfly. We've been at this so damn long. I know everything is wrong. I can't help myself. I can't imagine life with anybody else. She twists and goes.
How cool is that? Now, I did read the rest of the email there while we were playing that one. So Pete's over in Thailand, so is not going to be here for the show because it's probably about 4 a.m. over there. So I hope you catch it up on the replay. What a cool little earworm for the first song of the day. Pete's been a supporter of the channel for a long time. He's been sharing his music before. So I'll drop a link in the description, by the way, of all the songs I play. I'm going to link. That's why you saw me jumping in there, copying the URL, so I can put that in the description. That way, if you want to check out the whole version, if you want to support the creators that are sharing here, you can jump over and do that. But what did I like about that? I mean, I love a hook. I love an earworm. Twist and go. Oh. Who's not going to be singing that in their head today when they're walking around? Well, maybe not, because we'll listen to another 19 songs. But that was really, really cool. Liked the production. Liked the mixing. The vocals were at a good level in there. It just kicked along. And again, what I say about this sort of music every week is when I don't notice it, there was nothing distracting in there. So when I don't have much to say, it probably means that it's done really well, because I'm more listening to the lyrics, I'm listening to the tune, I'm getting into it, and I'm bobbing my head, and that means it's actually harder to be critical, which is what you want. Yeah, you want something that's going to make people nod their head or cry or be happy or whatever your intentions are. Let's see what the folks who are here live had to say about that opening number. Finley writes, a good song. The intro was a bit odd. Not sure what was odd about the intro. Maybe elaborate that. Patrick Chandler, great vibe. Tom Rochelle, cool, very catchy. Looks like a nice little beach there. Yeah, it looks like it filmed in Thailand. That looks very, very cool. Let's have a look. Who else have we got here? Jade Star says, wish I was in Thailand right now. Right. Hello, Solrak M7, who's here. Darren Daniluk said, sounded great. Dan Marino, she twists and goes. Really cool. Yeah, very, very cool. What have we got? Dan Marino likes it as well here. Metallian, love the feel of this one. Yeah, it was just a good vibe, just a good time. I like to start. I didn't do it that deliberately because, like I've been saying, I didn't actually know what was going to be there. But yeah, it was a good one to start with. All right, let's come back. Let's come back to here. Yes, by the way, if you are just joining us, if you have submitted a song, it will be in my list, and we will get to as many of them as we can. For today, we're full up. Unfortunately, I've still got the backlog from the last 2 weeks to get through here today. But of course, you can email me, pete@studiolivetoday.com with YML in the subject, and we will get to it. I know it's 2000 and whatever year it is. What year is it? 2020. 2020, and a lot of folks are are at the point where they're like, oh, I want things now. Like, yeah, I understand, but it doesn't kind of work that way, unfortunately, because we got other ones to get through here. Let's continue on here. We're going to go to our next track here. And this one is from Maury P, who sent me an email here, says, hey Pete, I'm sending you a couple of SoundCloud tracks for consideration. My friend Sam Green is a singer, songwriter, and I'm a hobbyist music producer. Let me know if you think they're worth playing on an upcoming video where you play subscribers' songs, and that's from Maury. So we're going to find out together here, Maury. I'm gonna go with the first one you've sent here. Looks like it's a track called Dream On. Let's copy this one. And we'll pop it over here. We'll pop it over here, get it ready to play back. But yeah, if you're just joining us, I haven't vetted the songs this week, so it's going to be, it'll be interesting. It'll be fine, but it could be anything. So what we play back here, I have all the intention, but none of the responsibility this week because, I can't vet anything. I vet it not for quality because everyone's at different levels, but I usually vet it for appropriateness, for if there's a video to make sure it's not anything inappropriate. And that it's kind of PG-13, kind of MA-15 here. Like I don't mind the occasional little expletive in there, but if a song's just nothing but expletives, YouTube doesn't like it, and they then don't like me. So let's jump in here. Let's take a listen to this one from Maury P. It's got it says Wallets is the artist name on this one, and this one is called Dream On here on Your Music Live.
Dream on, let's guide to the galaxies. We can find hope in our history as we know what's going on. Dream on, past the galaxy. Find our history in it all, like reflections in a pond. We can, we can dream on. Take a rocket to the moon, or high up in the stars, they're shining oh so well. We can find place to dance.
Very, very nice, smooth. There's some contrast there between that one and our first track. That was so cool. That was a very loungy kind of song there from Maury. Really liked that just sort of shuffling along vibe there. Nice guitar in the background. The vocals. Here's the thing about the vocals. I thought that they were really good and that they cut through the mix really nicely. I was listening for more processing on there, but I don't know whether that's just my bias there, that I use delay and reverb a lot. The dry vocal kind of worked for that kind of vibe. Let me know what you think. Do you think that maybe a little more reverb or a little more processing might have gone well there? Or did you like the fact that it was left kind of dry on the vocal? I'm not sure. I'm on the fence there. I'm a fence sitter from way back. Let's see what the folks have here. Battalion says, old jazz. I can feel the smoky room. Absolutely. 1000 watts, very good chords. Maury P is right here in the chat. Thank you for sharing, my friend. Really cool. Randy Newman style, Dan Marino. Yes, that's what I was kind of thinking as I'm listening to that. I'm like, bit of a Randy Newman sort of vibe. I really like it. Reminded me of that, baby, I love to see you smile. I reckon you'd do a killer cover of that tune. Maury P says the singer is Sam Green. Sorry, you did say that in your email. So I'll update my notes here to put here. I'll put Maury P with Sam Green just to make sure that there is proper attribution there. With Sam Green. Very cool. Yeah, well, you found someone who sings well, and their voice definitely fit the vibe of that tune. So Jeff Brush says very relaxing. Finley Wright says yes, a little reverb would be nice. Maybe just a just a touch. And Bubba was ready for Louis Armstrong to take the verse. Yeah, how cool would that be? Maury P says, I use Band in a Box for the backing track. Ah, there you go. I'm not sure if it was you, Maury, or someone that's been telling me about Band in a Box. It was one of the first, I think I mentioned it on the GarageBand show during the week. It was one of the first DAWs that I actually used back in the DOS days. So I know it's come a long way since then, but back in those days, yeah, I used Band in the Box, and it was always very cool back then. But no, thank you so much for sharing. That is a very, very cool tune, and really enjoyed it. And thank you for participating here on Your Music Live. Let's continue on. We'll come to our next, I'm going to say next victim. That sounds a bit bad. So let's go here. We've got Ben Stoll has got a track here that he's going to, from I Make Mobile Productions. Says, greetings from the US, long-time viewer. Congrats on passing the 50,000 milestone. Thank you very much, my friend. Me and my production team are about to release a new web series, and we're super excited. Brilliant. The song I'm sending is a tune I wrote for a new EP that I'm releasing about living during the pandemic. Don't we all have a lockdown song at the moment? Absolutely. The song is United, and the EP is called Quarantine Dreams. Very, very cool. Let's bring this one up. We'll copy the link. I'm getting better at this. I copy the link from my email, then I bump it over here into Chrome, and that way I don't have to interrupt your viewing pleasure when I update my notes while the track is playing. So hopefully this works a little bit better this time. We'll bring this one up. I'll make sure I subscribe and like. See, I do this beforehand so I can come back and re-explore everyone's tunes in the future. Let's turn the volume up on this one and play along. This one is Ben Stahl, I Make Mobile, which I'm going to have to check out as well. And this is a tune called Quarantine Dreams here on Your Music Live. United. Sorry, from the EP Quarantine Dreams by Ben Stoll. Wow, how cool is that? Yeah, I mean, here's the problem. You get a free pass. As soon as you kick in with some power chords and you start doing some wailing, you're already kind of ahead in my book. So some folks were asking in the chat here, do you listen to rap? Do you listen to hip-hop? I listen to all genres of music. This is my preferred genre, is alt-rock, hard rock, folksy singer-songwritery stuff, anything with a guitar and some nice chords and chord progression. So, yeah, really enjoyed that one. So yeah, I'll be revisiting that one. Glad I subscribed and liked it, because I'll be coming back to check that out again. And it looks like that if you're creating videos about the actual production process, that's something that I want to be involved with. So yeah, let's have a chat, because anytime we can share what people are doing, sharing the way that you're creating things, all the better, I say. Absolutely. We'll jump over to the chat. See what folks have to say. Oh, the chat's moving so fast I can't keep up. Tom Rochelle says, okay, I like this. Ben sounds like David Draymond of Disturbed. Yep, cool. Very Bon Jovi feel from Barry Tompkinson. Adam Yates says, sounds like there was some nice vocal panning. Yeah, that was one thing I was going to mention. It's not done very often today. And I love this, because you need to. It is a good idea to experiment and to try different things, because it's very easy to go, vocals go on the center channel. They go right up the middle because everyone does it that way. We had the vocals nice and spread. So the vocals were sitting out here. And I really liked that sound, because it was still kind of centered, but we got this nice little delay effect that was happening with the vocals wider. It was very much a sort of 70s, 80s technique, not used so much today. Really suited this song. SM Borthwick sounded like a good song, but it sounded a bit muffled to me, bass heavy. Yeah, so maybe just in the mix there, it did sort of sound like it was limiting and pumping just a tiny bit at the top end. So it might have just needed to be backed off a little bit there. Maybe that's what you were hearing there. Jeff Brush says, really like that. Stu Cash, top vocal, Metallian, very well done, like the vocals. Bubba says, glam rock. Yeah, it was a very glam rock kind of thing. Really like that one. Righty dokie, we are going to move on, but thank you so much for sharing. That was super cool. We'll jump into our next song here. If we can bring up my... Oh, I've got too many windows open here with too many things, but that's right, we'll get there. Who is next on the list here? So now we're going to go to changing things up a bit. Rad Barzen says, hi, my name's Rad Barzen. I'm 16-year-olds from Stockholm, Sweden, and this is my song. I'd appreciate if you could review it. The title of the song explains the whole concept of the song. I made it hoping that it would become part of the Halloween tradition and hopefully played at Halloween. Very cool indeed. I like the sound of that. Let's bring this one up. We'll get ourselves set up. Again, I need a producer for this show that just sort of does all of this stuff while I'm ranting, because I like to rant and then I forget to do the actual, production side of the show. But that's okay. We are good here. We'll throw the fader up here. We'll jump over here. Let's take a listen to Halloween by Rad Barzen here on Your Music Live.
Just run!
The songs today are all so much fun that I want to keep listening to them, but I got too many to get through. That was so cool. That was like unexpected. When it kicked into that, I was like, is this going to be like a spooky instrumental? And then the lyrics kicked in there with those vocal effects on there, and it sounded super cool. Here's a couple of things I loved about that. You can hear the stereo spectrum. If you're listening on stereo headphones or speakers, you can hear that there was some effects and there was some sounds out here. The full width of the stereo field was used, which I really like. And then the same with the vocals. They were layered up, but in such a way that it created a whole bunch of texture in there. The creepy vibe of that, the instrument choice. Seriously? These are 16-year-olds that are creating this sort of music? Yeah, blown away. And I think it's a cool thing, because I'm actually seeing just this epic music created by younger people, because I think a lot of the advantage is that they're not limited, and I'm generalizing big time here, but I think a lot of the time when I say we, I think, people in our 30s and 40s, we're limited by what we kind of did before. We don't realize that you can just go and you actually can create better sounds and more interesting music by not knowing the rules going in and just doing the thing. And I think a lot of us that are like, oh no, bass, guitar, drums, vocals, your guitars left and right, your bass and vocals up, all that sort of stuff. Experimenting with different things can come across with some pretty darn epic results. Let me just throw this in the list here. Sorry, you have to wait a moment while I do my admin work, just to make sure that all of the tracks are going to be here, so that if you're watching on the replay, or if you want to relive, or you want to support and follow some of these artists, you can go ahead and do that. What do the folks have to say here? Finley Wright, it's good, very good. Yeah, it's very cool. Barry Tompkins, and very unexpected vocals. Yeah, absolutely. Cody Bradley, I'd love to listen to the full version. Yeah, definitely jump into the description after the show, listen to the full version, and support these creators. Bubba says Tim Burns worthy. That's a big compliment. Solrak M7, is my messages going through? They sure are, my friend. Tom Rochelle, very creative, great dynamics. Yes. Luciano Silva says crazy sound. Adam Yates, very well done indeed. Solrak says it's a little weird for my taste, but the arrangement is good. Everything good for Halloween. Absolutely. And 6-8 time from Bubba. Bubba likes himself some interesting time signatures. Valium FM. Hey Pete, old man here, old man ear. Yes, absolutely. Been chatting with Valium FM about being an old man and bit of retro nostalgia. It's funny when I did a show during the week, a live show where we just played the keynote from Macworld 2004, where Steve Jobs launched GarageBand, and it just we all just completely nerded out over our nostalgic recording stories and the different platforms we used to use and the different things we used to do. So that was a lot of fun. Hello. Oh, here we go. Hi, Pete. This is BT4894ZNGL. I won't reveal your true identity in case you don't want it to be revealed. So you've said, I've published a brief instrumental on YouTube. Will you check it out? It's called Train Stop Web. Thanks. Where's the link? Uh-oh. This could be a small problem. I didn't check that this was this had the link. Let's see if we can find it. Let's see if YouTube's search algorithms, and I think you're in the chat here as well. So if you've got the link there, drop it to me. But I'm going to do some quick sleuthing here to see if we can actually find this. If we search Train Stop Web, we found it. First thing that pops up. Very good search engine optimization. This is Train Stop Web instrumental experimental film. We like things that have video components, don't we? Absolutely. Righty dokie. So let's bring this one on up. I will make sure that we have got it on the full screen, and I'll copy the link as well. I'm doing all these things. I'm trying to get better and quicker at doing this so that you don't wait around watching Pete fumble about the place. But let's jump in here. Train Stop Web by BTS, all those other numbers here on Your Music Live. Turn the volume up actually helps. There we go. That ended quicker than I was ready for. Very cool. I like it. Thank you for sharing that one. Definitely experimental, that's for sure. I like the vibe of that. I was waiting for it to kick into something. So I think those sort of samples were really cool, and bringing those together and then sort of building on that, I could really sort of feel like an 808 beat coming into that. I could feel like an industrial electro kind of vibe happening in the background of that one. So we found it. We got in there. Thank you so much for sharing. I'll make sure that this is thrown here in there. Now I've got it. What is it? BTS. It's a hard Noma. Is that the word? Name? Let's just go with name. There you go. You've put it in your email here. So I will copy all of that, and I will paste it over into here so that folks can go and check out that one after the show. What was that one called? Train Stop Web. Excelente. Thank you very much. Yes, experimental music, Luciano. Certainly, Bubba said, certainly put me in the moog. I love that. Bad Dog goes with the images. Valium FM reminds me of Barnes and Barnes. Absolutely. Battalion, different for sure. I was waiting for the rest as well. Tom Rochelle could be part of the soundtrack for an experimental film. Absolutely. Darren Dana looked very interesting. So yeah, again, we've had 5 songs, and we've run the gamut. And that's the good thing, is that everyone's sharing something different and something cool. Righty dokie. Let's move on here to see what we've got here. We've got Ron Kurt. Ron Kurt is someone I've been in touch with who's emailed me a couple of times, and he said, "G'day, Pete. He's sharing this one. Ron from Tampa, Florida. The email's kind of long, but what we'll do is it's a Dropbox link. I'll need to download this on the Dropbox. So hold the line, please. Big Ol' Lonely Blues is the name of this one. So it's a Dropbox link here. We will bring it on. I like that even Dropbox has. It has a cool display that you have on there, and it actually lets you. It's cool. I just need to bring that off. So it gives you a little waveform, so at least you got something to look at while we're listening to this one. So let's listen to the Big Ol' Lonely Blues here by Ron Kurt here on Your Music Live.
Listen to my story, it might be gory. I'm sad as I can be. It's really tragic. I need some magic to end my misery. No one wants to love me or keep me satisfied. Oh, don't you hear me? I got the big old lonely blues.
Oh yeah.
I'm always so sad.
How cool is that? We got some blues going on here. I told you we run the gamut of styles here on Studio Live today, or on Your Music Live at least. I don't have many styles. All my stuff sounds the same. But you folks, you're producing some amazing stuff. That's very cool, Ron. I love that. Love that style. Your voice has obviously got a little bit of that Elvis Presley kind of hound dog kind of feel in a few places. Really nice, stripped back, relaxing arrangement. Just something that you're just gonna, you want to be sitting in a wine bar, just sipping a cocktail, listening to that sort of music, and just clicking along, because that sounded super cool. Really enjoyed that one. Definitely should be sharing that somewhere, because unfortunately you've only just sent me the file there. Get it up on a SoundCloud or a YouTube or something, Ron, so that folks can enjoy and listen into that sort of tune as well. Marino, yes. Oh, yeah, says my grandparents would enjoy this. I hope that's a compliment and not more of a burn. But yes, definitely. It's older school, and I like that. SM Borthwick heard this song in the Facebook group. Love it. Oh, excellent. So so Ron, if you've shared it on the Facebook group, well, definitely. By the way, I haven't done any promotion. I'll do that in a sec. Jade Star says, big old lonely blues for the win. Tim Osborne, cool voice, very easily listening. Fabulous. Dan Marino likes it. Rage 5606, always love me some blues. Well done. Italian, good old blues. Luciano, good voice. Yes. Sounds like a nice track for a comedy romance movie, says Spear of Sagittarius. Absolutely. Valiant, brilliant blues. Solrak M7, pretty cool. I cannot tell if the voice was a little bit louder, but it sounds good in my headphone. But it sounds really good. My headphones broke. Tom Rochelle says very good old school blues track, but I think he's got get a little bit more gravel in his voice. Yeah, probably could have used a little bit more gravel in your voice. Says yes, it is a compliment. That is good. Bubba said begged for a ride on a horn in the lead. Yeah. Absolutely. I should have done some impromptu trumpet, solo over the top with my mouth. That's what it's come to. All right, quick break to let you know a little bit about what you can do to get involved here on Studio Live Today. Many of you know this already, but if you're new to the channel, you can head to studiolivetoday.com. That's the best place to go, because from there you can check out the gear guide. You can link to the Facebook group, which is called Create, Record, Release, which is kind of the sister group to this show. So if you want to share, not just with me and not just in this forum, but if you want an interactive forum where you can share, where you can collaborate, where you can talk to people about music creation, go to Facebook.com and search Create, Record, Release, or just go over to studiolivetoday.com and you'll see the link right there. In fact, I've actually just registered createrecordrelease.com. So you can actually just go straight there and it will take you at this point straight to the Facebook group. I'm looking at options for getting a more sort of streamlined forum where folks can actually participate. The Facebook group is great, but it does have some limitations. Having a forum as well, or some sort of hub for all of that information sharing and all our music sharing with this community would be a good thing. And finally, last but not least, if you want to support me, you can donate. You can use Super Chat right here on YouTube. You can go to paypal.me/PeteJohns to send me a PayPal donation, or you can support me on Patreon at patreon.com/PeteJohns, because I do this show for the love of it. Because I'm playing other people's music, there's no monetization on these videos, on these shows. Any monetization, any advertising you're seeing, if you're watching the replay, is actually because I'm playing other people's songs, and it goes back to them through their distributor, through the magic of copyright and YouTube. So ain't that a good thing? Alrighty, let's move right along here and go to our next track. We'll bring this one up. This is Bruce Toledo. Hello, Bruce. Says, this song speaks for itself. The world we live in now to the life I had, just speaking of me and my life. And it's called What I Believe by Bruce Toledo. Let's bring this one up here. We will copy it. And we're in the wrong spot. No, we're not. We're in the right spot. We'll copy it and we'll paste it. Again, I'll stop telling you the whole behind the scenes workings of what I'm doing here. But we'll jump in here, and I'm going to make sure I've got this set up, and we'll throw it onto our full screen mode here. There we go. We'll turn our volume up. Stop commentating, Pete. We know you're having to do some things. Let's take a listen to Toledo with What I Believe here on Your Music Live.
Yeah. Toledo. And it's real. Yeah.
Get that bag, get through.
Sitting down writing as I think about the last fight. Had me speeding off till I seen gas lights. Might have been drinking, I can't remember, but my head was spinning cloud like too high to come down from being damn right. Always gotta get my point across, I'm trying to X out. Make sure that I got my shit in case I gotta exit out. Hope I don't get stopped by a police, I got this pistol out. Not saying I'm a shoot, but my skin different, they might take me out. Yeah. And I don't wanna die young. Only 25, but 30 rounds I got in this gun. I took this shit as a precaution, not to flash it for fun. I target practice every day, I don't miss, that's on my son. Yeah, riding through Decktown, 18 when I moved out. Still come around to see my old house. Man, I miss my mama, I could cry just trying to get all of these words out. Happy I can say I made my dad proud. Yeah.
I'm a sucker for an 808. That 808 kick and that boom, boom. We've had a few tracks in the last few weeks that are using that the cool 808 sounds with that boom, boom. What I like about this one, the intro, like the build up there was really cool. I was waiting for the drop. It didn't disappoint. It came in there very slick on the rap vocals over the top of that one. Was in the pocket for the most part. I think just a couple of lines at the very front of that were not right there. But again, like by the time you get into that and you're feeling it, it's forgotten anyway. So as I've said, and I'll say it again, I'm not the aficionado here. I'm not going to be able to tell you a lot about. I'm not into beats. I'm not into hip hop and rap as much as I am other genres of music. But that's the beauty part of this community, is that everyone here, there's got different people that are into different types of music that are going to be able to share different feedback about the different types of music. So very well done. Thank you for sharing that one. Have I put it in? I have. I'm ahead of myself. I've actually put the link in the description of this one as well. So if you are looking to check out and support these artists, you can jump into the description of this video after the show, and you'll be able to do exactly that. Let's just I'll save in that description so that it updates those links now. And then we'll jump over to the folks here in the live chat. Tom Rochelle says, big kick drum on that. Good flow and rhythm on the verses. Absolutely. Soul Rack M7, I love it. I was waiting for the singing part. It's really good. Absolutely. We'll continue up. I'll just see. We've got some people having to say good night and having to move on from here. Metallium 58 says, very well done. Requetek, Rquetek. That was a nice track. Yeah, very, very cool. Very nicely done. Tim Osborne, that bass, yeah. It was nice. Alrighty, let's continue on because I've got more to get through. How much do we have? Well, we have more. That's how much we have. I just better cancel this. This YouTube clip was about to play. Someone else's song, a random song was about to just pop up and play, which is fine. But we want to go ahead and continue playing some other tracks here on Your Music Live. This next one is from Shazian Newkirk. Says, "Hi Pete, I'm mailing you my song The Love Letter. It was a song that I made in 2015. And this song is also on my compilation called The Lost Files that I just released on June 19. So here you go, a bit of an older track, but has been included in an EP or in a compilation from Shazion Network Newkirk. Whew, doing well with that speaking, Pete. Here, it's a good thing that you don't speak. Oh, stop. It's a good thing that I don't, speak on the internet for a living, or I'd have all sorts of problems. Righty dokie, let's jump in here. Shaziah Newkirk, this is My Love Letter from The Lost Files, and you'll be listening to it right here on Your Music Live.
I know about the song first, Adora. The song is called The Love Letter. I hope she enjoys this. It's Adora, you're the only one that I know. It's Adora, you're the only one that I see in my mind. It's Adora, do you know that you're the angel that I know? It's Adora, do you know that you're the angel that I love? Since it's in my conscience and faith, this is my life to tell this field. This is my to since it's in my conscience.
There you go, Shazion Newkirk from The Lost Files compilation there, and a song called, I'll tell you, My Love Letter. I just better correct that. I wrote Love Letter. It's My Love Letter. Yeah, again, very nice mellow beat there. The vocals there. I mean, the use of auto-tune there. Some people love it, some people don't love it. Some people like me go, it's a style choice. It's almost like an instrument, isn't it? So these days, I don't look at auto-tune as being just like vocals. And if I was singing a rock song and my vocals were all auto-tuned, it would sound so out of place. For that sort of track, it fits the vibe of the track. Now, the thing I liked and also didn't like about that was the sound in the background that started at the start, which was really cool to have that kind of vibe there. It made it very different. It was very unique. I think it was just a little loud and overpowered the track throughout, and it sort of distracted from the vocals. So I was hearing too much of the treble end of that synth sound, which sounded really good, but it could have been lowered. Like if that was about probably 5, even 10 dB lower in the mix, or even sort of flattened out a little bit with some effects, like maybe like a flange or something that moved it around. It was a bit too much in my face. So that would be the thing I would change with that, is to just mix a little bit lower in the mix, bring your vocals up a bit. I think it would really pop and would sound very, very cool. But yeah, a good song. Thank you so much for sharing. Tim Osborne says, laid back track, something you can put on when you come home late at night before you go off to sleep. Yells. Noel Bresic says, yep, vocals needed to be a little bit higher. And I don't like auto-tune. There you go. Don't like auto-tune that much. Exactly. Yeah, says it feels chill. Absolutely. Tom Rochelle, good beat. I think the synth line may be a bit loud. Yeah. And the auto-tune vocals need to be more high to make them more intelligible. It's almost like everyone here in the community, thinks the same as I do, which is good. If you're getting, this is why it's good to not just be my feedback. The reason I do this show and the reason this is so valuable, I believe, for folks sharing your music, is you get multiple opinions. You get a bunch of people feeding back. And if a bunch of people say similar stuff, then you can say, hey, maybe that's something I should think about. If you get different things, like I said, it's totally cool to say, I don't like auto-tune, but does that mean you should stop using it on your vocals? Well, no, because that's very much a subjective opinion thing. Cody Bradley says, says vocals could have been a bit louder. Yep. Soul Rock M7 says pretty cool. Just had to bring the vocals up a little to make them brighter and lower the sound at the beginning and through the whole song. Yeah. So it sounds like there's a bit of a unanimous decision there. That maybe that's something you can do. Hello, Dean Jovi. Have you got a list, Pete, that you're going to play? I don't today. I'm kind of working out how to best manage this without it being, because if I did it one week where I got a list together and I put the list in, and then I went and played them in order, and I'd already pre-vetted them. To be honest, it took me about 2 hours before the show to get prepared, and then 2 hours in the show. So it's a time thing. That what I'm doing this week, I'm just going completely raw, where I'm literally going into my email and we're rolling the dice and we see what comes up. So I'm just going in order of time and going backwards that way. So hopefully that makes sense, and that's what we're going to be going with. Speaking of which, why don't we jump in and go to our next song? Righty, here we go. I'll just see. Do we have a link on this one? And do we have anything? No, we don't have a link on that one. Here we go. Here's someone that's familiar and that I know is here in the chat. Darren Daniluk says, I just finished my latest full album. I was wondering if I may submit a song for one of your next episodes. You can and have. This is clean, no swears. I apologize for the last time. No apologies necessary. I gave zero background about what we were looking for with this show. And again, it's not supposed to be something that's like, you have to be 100% clean and you can't say anything. But there was just a few songs that I played that were very very inappropriate. So yeah, a few bombs being dropped is not the worst thing in the world, but no, that's totally fine. Righty Goki, let's copy this one. We'll bring it on across, and I'll bring it up in YouTube land to see what we've got here. Oh, it's brought it up in YouTube Music for some. Oh, there we go. Okay, no problem. Now, do we have the right track here? Oh, I just want to make sure that this is actually brought up the right track. There it is. Yes, it is. Just another breakdown. All right, cool. I think we're getting there. I'll just make sure that this all works. Yes, it is. It's a YouTube Music as opposed to a YouTube video, which is why I was getting a wee bit confused here. But that's okay. We will bring this one up and make sure it's at the very start of the track. Here we go. This is The Cage in Your Head, Premonition, Drugs, Guns, and Crazy. Let's bring this one up and play this. This is Darren Daniluk and his track here on Your Music Live.
was just another breakdown. No different from before. And I pick myself countless times I chose not to die. I just wish I'd shown you.
There you go. The Cage. Just another breakdown. The Cage in Your Head Very, very cool. I love the album artwork there. That looks super cool, and I like the naming too. Like the cage in your head. Yeah, I like it a lot. Yeah. The track itself. I mean, I love the intro there. I love something that builds up. Not enough songs have an intro that builds up these days. We're in this culture of everything has to just kick in immediately to the hook, and I'm guilty of that too. Of going, oh no, I need things to start immediately. But I love a nice build up there. Guitars kicked in, the passion in your voice. I think I said this last time we played one. Did we play one of your tracks on this show? I've definitely listened and we've chatted about your music before. The passion in your vocals. Some people I say, make sure that you add a bit more passion to it. There's no denying that you got some passion in those vocals. And I like the gravelly sound of just the guttural. It reminds me of Jade Starr when she's singing some of her metal. I can't do it very well. I've got too much of a nasally voice. I can't go rawr. Doesn't quite work so well. Not surprisingly, Jade Starr is here now. That's my cup of tea. Soulrack M7 says pretty good. Just need to lower the chorus effect on your voice. Yeah, it could be a little bit of the vocal processing. You could probably tweak there for sure. Dan Marino says could be in a film. Haggard, very interesting. Tim Osborne's vocals are touch quiet, but this is a deep dark track. Yep, absolutely. Gino Therese says I like this dark and dirty. 9 Inch Nails or Manson. Yeah. Cody Bradley, badass song, not gonna lie. Yep. Tom Rochelle, this is great. Darren is always quality. I love the dark and depressing stuff. And again, you got to go all the gamut, don't you? I like to make uplifting poppy folky songs, and that's my vibe. That's what I want to go with. Occasionally, even I like to just sit down and listen to something dark. I mean, I'm a big Tea Party fan. I like some 9 Inch Nails and all the stuff that Trent Reznor did back in the day. Sometimes you just need to go a little bit on the dark side. I loved obviously Tool. I have a lot of dark stuff, and this is kind of Tool-esque in a little bit of a way. Iridium says digged it, very dark. Ben Eric says definitely agree. Great to have a build up. Yeah, great to just. Jay said she'd love me to do a death metal song with vocals. Perhaps a future show. I could definitely give it a try. I don't know how much fun it would be to watch. Evan Pag said double bass could use some velocity tweaking. So yeah, I love I didn't actually mention it, but the double kick drum that came in there, the double bass drum, sounded really cool. It was a really good effect, but yeah, probably just does need some tweaking. Talk to Jade Starr. She's sort of the absolute queen of getting a super cool death metal drum. In fact, in her How to App series about drums 2 weeks back, she showed very similar sort of stuff, some techniques to get some very cool metal drums. So if you or others, Darren, are looking to get your metal drum game on, go over to Jade Starr channel. Check out her How to App series. I've been loving it a lot. Alrighty, let's continue on. Did I put that in the link? I did, except I spelt it wrong. Let's get back to my Gmail. Oh, my Gmail's a mess. And whenever I start this show, because in the description it says here's how to share your music, my phone just sits here going bzz, bzz, bzz. So if you are emailing me right now, that will go into the pool of consideration for future shows because we just don't have enough time, unfortunately, to get on with business. Let's move on with business. Speaking of business, we have Life Before Us. There we go. A progressive metal from Ohio. New single mixed and produced by Jamie King between The Buried and Me and The Contortionist. Also heavily inspired by Animals and Leaders and Peony, to name a few. Thanks for listening. We are going to listen. This sounds intriguing. We're going to continue. Welcome to the metal section. By the way, did you notice on that last one that it had a bunch of like Taylor Swift songs in the next playing? I'm like, why does YouTube Music think I want to play Taylor Swift next? And I'm like, I probably know the answer to that. It's probably, that's gone into the wrong track. It's probably because, it's my children. I'm going to blame my children. Definitely don't rock out to Taylor Swift. Not a guilty pleasure at all. Radio. Let's bring up this track. Make sure that it's here. This looks pretty darn cool. Life Before Us. A lot of people already liking this track. That's always a good sign. We'll bring up the full screen. We've got a video to go along too. I know you can't see any of this. I just need to get ourselves set up. Let's slide us on up there. And let's jump in and take a listen to this, shall we? This is Life Before Us with Science, spelt P-S-Y-E-N-C-E. I'm intrigued. I want to listen. I know you want to listen. Let's listen now on Your Music Live. I know. I want to keep watching too. I want to keep watching and listening too. Oh man, that is so cool. You've got a new fan. Again, I'm not the biggest metalhead, as many of you know, but just something that is done that well. That glitch bit, that little break where oh, because because yeah, you're thinking anyone that's listened to CDs or MP3s back in the day and they got all glitchy, you'd know that sort of feel. But wow, really good guitars, epic drums, spot on. The vibe of the song, the video, yeah, so good indeed. So I'm going to make sure that that one is here in the links here. Life Before Us with Science, spelt so coolly. I'll just make sure I note this well and spell it correctly, incorrectly, and the video's there. We'll drop that in the description of this one. Yeah, I know that Jade Star was just sitting there, like probably with a sore head now from headbanging to that one. That was just too cool. Let's see what the folks here in the audience have to say about this one. Jade Star, okay, this is cool AF. Yeah. Alberto Romero, really good. Medallion, well, that packs a punch. Dean Jovi, damn, that was awesome. Call of Duty Zombies type beat from Evan Pegs. Sorry, get the names really bad. Solrax says, I love it, very epic. I love the drums and the electric guitar and the intro. Yeah, so cool. Jade Star says, nice clip, also love the gore. Again, I knew that would be up your alley, Jade. Very cool. Tim Osborne says, seen a video like this on Evil Murders program. Very nice vibe. Very cool. Clinton Baker, how do you get your song played? You email me, not for this show because I've got a backlog from about 2 weeks, but there's details in the description. Email me, pete@studiolivetoday.com, and put YML in the subject line. Requetex says, that was awesome. Would love to hear some vocals. Yeah, so I didn't play it long enough to see whether there's some vocals, and I don't know from listening to the other music, but I, for one, this is now in my playlist, and this is someone that I'm going to go back and re-explore for sure, because, yeah, sounded cool, looked cool, cool vibe there from the band Life Before Us with Science. Let's continue on here, shall we? And take a look. What have we got here? Oh, we got a disco instrumental. I mean, come on, people, with the disco instrumental. So we've got Emilio Jeanette here, who has emailed here. Says, here it is. This is an intro. There is an intro, but the song starts at 55 seconds. All right. Well, let's see if we can actually make the song. Whoop. See if we can start the song. Sorry, it keeps playing other things. Sorry about that. It keeps wanting to replay that song that we just played, which would be cool, but we're going to move on. We'll bring this one up over in the YouTubes and make sure we pause it before it starts playing. So this is Studio Jam 1, I don't know why, by Emilio Jeanette. I'll make sure that we've got ourselves on the full screen. Where did we say? 55 seconds. Oh, we got the GarageBand view here. I like that. You know, I like me some GarageBand views. So let's throw this one up onto the full screen. Let's begin. Oh, here we go. Let's play. I was saying this in a show recently, but the bass and especially the Rhodes and the electric pianos and the whirlies and stuff, the electric piano instruments that we have in GarageBand are so cool. And what a cool jam there. Steely Dan's Rhodes there with Nicky on the drummer and the Liverpool bass. Just a simple arrangement, but so cool. And yeah, and I like the fact this is obviously a channel that I need to be checking out because it looks like you had an intro there explaining what you were doing and creating the video there. So yes, I'll make sure that there's a link to that in the description of this one, because anyone sharing some GarageBand knowledge, you know I'm all about that here on Studio Live today. So thank you so much for that one. Love me a bit of a disco vibe. And again, what other show can you go from progressive metal to a disco vibe in the space of about 2 minutes? Really, really cool. We've got Solrax says, I love it. Great for jamming, and I like the drums. Yes. Bubba says, strutting. Tom Rochelle really captures the 70s disco sound well. Jade Star says, Vice City beats. Yeah, reminds me of the scene from Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. And the flanger, exactly. The cool, I don't know if you've added some additional flange to that Rhodes, but it sounded really cool. The Rhodes already has a really nice sort of tremolo set, not tremolo, but flanger. What is it? Stereo flange kind of sound to it. So really, really cool. Dean Jovi says, all you folks seem really nice and cool. I hope so. Yeah, we're into our music. We're passionate about music, and I like to think that this is one of the more positive communities for music creation and music sharing. Because again, like I said right up front of the show, music is not. I'm going to get okay. Soapbox time. Whoop! Stand on your soapbox. Music is not about good and bad. Music is not about expert and beginner. Music is about expressing yourself. It's about sharing your music, and it's about just tapping in and getting better and improving your music. So no one reaches the point where they're like, okay, I am great at music now. I will stop learning. As soon as you do that, you get left behind. So music is a constant, lifelong learning expedition, and it goes through different stages and phases. So listening to other people's music, getting ideas from that, sharing your knowledge, but also listening and getting ideas from what other people do in their tracks, I think is the way to go. Alrighty. Evan Pegg says, very groovy. Drums could use a few fills. Yeah. So if you looked at the drums there, it was the Nicky drummer drums. So yeah, you could probably like up that and throw a few fills in there with the Nicky drummer drums and do that. Righty dokie. And 1000 Watts says a relaxing vibe. 100%. So now that we've relaxed, what's next? Who knows? I don't know. So you've got no way of knowing. Let's see what we do have next. Let's see, here you go. We're going to change again. So this is Evolution UK. It says, hi Pete, here's my song Lover. It's a house rave banger, and it's off my upcoming project called Late Night Dreaming. And here's the link. And this is from Josh, aka Evolution. Like I say, you never quite know what the next video and the next audio, the next song is going to be. Let's turn our volume back up there. We'll make sure that this comes in here, that it doesn't start playing until we're ready for it. And we'll bring this one up. This is Evolution and the song Lover. And we're going to play it live here because it's your music live. Except we've already started. Very nicely done. Apologies for the glitchy audio that we had in that one. I think I'm realizing that, yeah, that was an HD clip. So what was that? That was a 1080p 60 frames per second video streaming through. Even my broadband here is okay. It's good. It does a good job, but it doesn't do that great a job once you get that high res video. So memo to self before playing those. Yeah, I should have dropped it down to 720p before we started streaming. So that was why it kept stopping occasionally, but again, I will make sure that we have this one linked because, yeah, that song did remind me of being in clubs. I didn't do a lot of clubbing because I was not a club kind of person, but that's the sort of tune that would be played in clubs back in the 90s. Who was the band? Boom, 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 boom. Like that was obviously a bit more sort of, wasn't really ravey, but that was a little bit more poppy ravey. But yeah, that sort of vibe with that. Don't know what you'd call it because not a dance music aficionado, but yeah, very nicely done there. That was Lover. I'll throw it here in the description so you can check it out. Once again, apologies that my stream just couldn't quite keep up with that high quality video. Here I am saying I love it when people share a video with their audio, and I do. But yeah. Yeah. Tim Osborne says, nice clubbing track with glitches, it seemed to me. Yeah, that was the glitching of my streaming. Apologies. Dean Jovi says, got a classic 90s dance vibe to it. Yeah, that's what I got from it. Tom Rochelle says, really good house track. Video very professional looking. Yeah, apparently too professional for my streaming setup here. Yeah, Solrak says, I like it. Sounds really good, but something skipping. No, it's definitely my end. Alrighty dokie. We'll move on. Hello, Sion. One of our wonderful moderators is here in the chat. Good to have you on board. As always, my friend, we are at we're over the halfway point, in fact. Wow, we're flying through these songs this week. I hope you're enjoying it. If you're getting some value out of this one, hit the like button. That always helps me out. Makes me feel warm and fuzzy way down in the cockles. And that's always a good thing, yeah? No, it just tells me that I should continue doing these shows because, as I said, I enjoy these. It's one of my favourite times of the week, but it really is to make sure that we can showcase some cool music and that we can learn together. I'm coming away from this learning that I have an appreciation for metal a lot more than I thought I would, because I'm going to go back and check out that track from a couple ago. Alrighty. Serial Vlogs is the next email here, and they say, a few weeks ago I made a retro EP using just a Pocket Operator Arcade, a PO20, recorded into my iPad. I'd appreciate if you could give this song a listen. I can indeed do that. We've got a Spotify link here we're going to throw over into here. Make sure that this is the right track before we kick in and get playing. Spotify is going to try and autoplay it as well. Things just think we want to play them immediately. I guess most people do. I guess unless you are doing a show like this, you probably do want to do that. But yeah, I don't. All right, let's come back here to the start, as long as Spotify will let me, because I'm not a Spotify premium member. So it's always a bit of hit and miss as to whether it actually will. So here we go. Let's take a listen to this one. Modern Retro Pocket Project, The Lost City from Modern Retro here on Your Music Live. That is Chip Tune-tastic. Yeah, who loves a bit of a chip tune vibe? I sure as heck do. That reminded me, this is going to show my age, but that reminded me of, and it's probably going to admit some wrongdoing in my childhood, but that reminded me of when you were loading up a Commodore 64 game, and there would be that cracked by screen that would pop up, and it would be like, this was cracked by I can't remember any of the names of the groups, but the blah group, shout outs to this other group, I hate you, this other group, and it would have like antsy flashing graphics with chip tune sounds, things scrolling across. Yeah, And maybe even the 90s PC demo scene as well had a lot of that sort of stuff going on too, didn't it? Yeah, really cool. Now, I don't know anything about the Pocket Operator. Someone schooled me on it. It may have even been this person that emailed me here. But yeah, I didn't know what they were. But apparently they're a cool little pocket operator that you can create music with. That's about all I know because I've actually forgotten. But yeah, a sampler sequencer kind of thing, but sort of handheld analog kind of thing. But obviously plugged into your iPad in this occasion, recorded that, and a very cool tune. So that is something I'm going to have to hit in my Spotify here, even though, as I said, I'm not a Spotify Premium member. I use Google Play Music, mostly because with YouTube Premium, I pay for that and you get Google Play Music, which has all the same tracks as Spotify or Apple Music anyway. And the beauty part is I can watch YouTube with no ads, which I like. It's weird. I want to make sure I watch YouTube with no ads, even though I'm supported by ads on YouTube. Go figure. But I am also if you pay for YouTube Premium, part of that actually goes to creators as well. So it's not one or the other. It's still good. I don't know how we got so off track, but that was a pretty cool tune. I liked it. Anyone else get the Commodore 64 vibe? I definitely did. Righty dokie. 8-bit flashback, says Bubba. Absolutely. Tom Rochelle, sounds like I'm in the future. Those pocket operators are really cool. Teenage engineering for the win. Well, there you go. I've got to learn more about that. Soulrack M7, wow, I love this type of sound. I would like to know where you get those fonts. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe the original creator can actually jump in and let us know. Sion says Koala Sampler is an amazing app that is similar to Pocket Operator. Yeah, absolutely. You can do that. Jade Star says this could be a Kirby soundtrack on the Game Boy Color. Yeah, I hear that. I totally hear that. Absolutely. Alrighty. We'll move on because we got more to get to and more songs to play. We'll do another one and then I'll do a quick promo. For those that are just joining me, this is Studio Live Today. Go to studiolivetoday.com if you want to find out all the things about the stuff. But for now, we need to find all the things about the next song. That didn't make much sense. Alrighty. Let's see what we got here. This is from Christian Mendez, who says, this song is kind of a draft from November of 2019, and posted a couple of weeks ago. I can't work on it anytime soon since I've lost the project file, but here are the remains. Oh no, that doesn't sound good. Do you hate it when you do that? You're just working off of something that you don't have anymore. So we'll copy this one. We'll paste it on over. We'll get ourselves up. We've got a SoundCloud link this time, so we'll bring this one up. SoundCloud is not playing automatically this time. Hooray! Alrighty, let's turn our volume up here, make sure that we're ready to go, and jump on over and listen to Christian Mendez with his track, Seen Enough, here on Your Music Live.
And I welcome you back to your world, your imagination. Escape my dread of fear, escape my loneliness, escape my death. Oh, and I've blown so many times, I've cried many times, thinking when will I fly? Oh, I think I've seen enough of you. I think I've seen enough of you. Until I start to regret shit, until you start to see yourself.
Very cool. I didn't know what to expect from that one. Listening to the opening intro there with like the a cappella vocal coming in there, and then it kicked in to a different sort of song, and then it sounds like it's about to go into a different phase there. All very interesting stuff. I like there was some sort of nice stereo effects bouncing around there. It sounded a bit distorted, but I think that was supposed to. I think that was the actual effect or the actual synth that was being used there. Nice beat. Nice vocals. Here's the thing I'd say about the vocals, and I've said this before. And this isn't a criticism directly at you. This is something that I hear and see from a lot of folks getting into home recording. And that is folks singing inside themselves a bit. Did anyone else get the vibe that I think Christian was singing a little bit at about, maybe 70%? I think if you just own it and just sing it and just pump it out, I think you're going to get a lot more passion. Now, I know that song wasn't going to be like a really rah, it wasn't supposed to be like a real theatrical. It's supposed to be a bit mellow. But I think you can for me, I could just hear that you were sitting about 60, 70%. You kind of, the way I explained it is you were singing like there was someone just outside the door that you didn't want to hear you singing. And let's be honest, that's the case. That's the reality a lot of the time for a lot of us in the home studio. But if you can find a way to sing like nobody's watching and nobody's listening, you're going to get much better quality vocals, because most of the pitching and the tone issues that I hear in people's vocals are because they're singing just from here, just from the throat and the voice. They're not really just getting their body into it and pushing it out. That's how, for me personally, I've gone from someone who struggled to hit notes to someone who does a better job. Still not perfect. Still need more training. I need to actually do some singing lessons. But that would be my number one tip for that one. I think that could help improve. And a good track though. Definitely try to recreate that. If you've lost the project, I would jump back in and try and recreate that and redo it. Sounding very cool. Let's see what we've got to say here. I'll jump into the chat. So, Two Millspawn said, love the keyboards, compliments his voice. Requitex says, sounds like a movie track for an indie film. Yeah, totally. Evan Pegg says, I like a synthwave type of beat. Going to be making these types of beats for my album. Very cool. Sorry, Solrak M7. I like it. It sounds really good. I like the arrangement. Just need to bring up the drums a little bit. SM Borthwick said, nice change of pace as you were fading out. Yeah, I know. I was like, I just faded out. And I'm like, oh, I wanted to hear what that did. Spear of Sagittarius says, when the music kicked up, it sounded like Love is a Battlefield. Yeah. Love is a yeah. You don't need to hear me sing. Who's that? Pat Benatar? Is that a Pat Benatar tune? Yeah, someone let me know. Italian 58 says, nice build up there. I agree. I like the build up, and I like the a cappella at the start. I think, and maybe a little delay on the vocals, like especially when you're doing a cappella vocals, like a quarter note delay can really work well. Alrighty. Let's continue on here, shall we? I did say I'd do a quick promo. Jade's already covered it here in the comments in the chat if you are here live on YouTube, if you're watching the live version. But if you need to know, if you're watching on the replay, down in the description, there's the instructions for how to get a song on a future show. Pete at studiolivetoday.com. Just put YML in the subject line. That'll go into my little Gmail box here, and then I'll be able to see that and consider it for a future show. And I say future show because we are way over the quota for songs that we're even going to get through today. So we will get through some more, because what are we? We've got some time. We've got some time to continue on here. We've got about 30 minutes left to get through probably another 5 or 6 songs here before we finish on up. So let's go back and see who we have got next on the list. Alrighty. Open this one up. Oh, this is from Jamie Scott, who's just saying, thanks so much for playing one of my songs. Means a lot. Really love your channel and it helped me much. And that was from Dan Marino. You're welcome. And I think I saw Dan in the chat here again today. So hopefully you are doing well, my friend. Alrighty. So let's go to the next one. I think we actually played that one. I'm going to have to check that one. There was an artist that shared something that I think we did actually already play. Sorry, I'm just flicking through here trying to find the next one. Oh, okay. Ethan Bybee. I think I've seen Ethan either in the chat on this show or in a recent show. Let's bring this one up. Ethan Bybee. This says, Dear Pete, could you please play this song on your Music Live? I would appreciate it a lot. Looks like we're about to do just that. The song is Whitzen, a dubstep version by Ethan Bybee. So let's bring up the YouTubes and bring up this. Hopefully it's not another 4K or 1080p 60 video, because clearly my stream's just not handling that sort of caper. We'll get our volume up here. We'll get ourselves into full screen mode. We've already started. Let's jump over. As I said, we don't mind the occasional word in there. I like that. How cool is that? And the video definitely wasn't taxing on my display there. Because it was red. Wits End, the dubstep version. I watched a video this week that's like, what happened to dubstep? Why is no one doing dubstep anymore? It's all about trap beats these days. How many people are doing lit fire 100 trap beats? And yeah, poor old dubstep got left behind, or at least that's what it seems. Let's make sure that I put this one here in my links here. So this was Ethan Bybee. Where did I go? There it is. Ethan Bybee with Wits End. Very nicely done. Again, the reason that I can't give a whole lot of feedback with this sort of music is I don't make this sort of music. It's not my area of expertise. But I know what I like, and I like that. I like the beat. I think the lyrics work. The vocals worked in well with the beat. Good use of auto-tune there. Again, I know some people love it, some people don't love it, but yeah, it's definitely the sort of music that you can use that, especially that bit at the start with the trebly high notes that we hit there. I liked it. Thank you for sharing. Tim Osborne says interesting video. There's always got to be one, Tim. Solrak M7, I love the beat. Would like to know where you got those drums. Yeah. So again, if anyone who I'm featuring your music, if you got more information about it, then please come back and share it. Tom Rochelle says effective use of the auto-tune effect there. Yeah, I think that was kind of effective. In that sort of song is definitely what you want to use, something like that. Dean Jovi says, I've got to go now, 1 a.m. in the UK. Yeah. Thank you for being here, the folks in the UK and Europe. I know I did it 2 hours later this week, so I know that made it starting at midnight for you? Yeah, so it's pretty late. So I do appreciate you being here. I'm sort of shifting these around a little, and for the folks here in Australia, and especially folks in Asia, I'll do a late night, an up late version, where we can have some red. As Jade Star said, red. If you watched any of my happy hour shows, red is the universal sign for let's have a drink. We go red and then we drink. Not that the show's all about drinking, but somewhat is. Let's move on here to our next track. Yes, I've done all of that, and I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to jump in here. Now, yeah, hello to you. You've shared a song with me here, but and you put for your music live, but it's a GarageBand project, which I'm not going to have time to download and extract and then play back. So I promise you I will play that on a future show, and unless you've emailed me an actual link to it or an audio file, it's just going to be a bit hard. But yes, no, thank you for being a great supporter of the channel here. Maybe just export the track or put it on SoundCloud or something and resend it with YML in the subject, and we'll track it in a future show. Alrighty. Let's see. All right, let's move on here to Nico. Hello, Nico says, first of all, thanks for your great videos. I make music on my iPad and iPhone. Here's a track, The Chase, made with Korg Gadget, GarageBand, iPad, and Arturia Mini Lab MIDI controller. Excellent. I like it. I like all those things. And I've never used Korg Gadget. Anyone use Korg Gadget on the iPhone or iPad? It's not a DAW I'm familiar with at all, but I've heard good things. I've heard only good things about it. And Nico, by the way, Nico Ma from the Czech Republic as well. So we are going all around the world here tonight. We've got a heap of people sharing a heap of music. So let me just do the usual thing, get this one set up while I yammer on and while we get things sorted, and then we'll be good to go and play this track in just around about 3 seconds. I know it's going to be a while, but you're going to have to wait about 3 seconds to hear this track here on Your Music Live. just kicking into an interesting 4 on the floor beat bit there, which I always like. But we are going to have to move on, or we'll run out of time for all the songs that we need to get through, which are an infinite number by the sounds of it. Looking at my email inbox here. Very, very cool. Nico Ma with The Chase, or should we try and pronounce it? L'esinguimento. And even close? Probably not. But I gave it a go. You got to try these things. I used to work in a call center, and some of the names and the pronunciations of the names were challenging. And a few people that I spoke to, I said, "Oh, really sorry I'll just try." And then I said, "I'm really sorry if I mispronounce your name." And they'd be like, "No, that's cool. Like, I get it all the time, and I actually prefer when people have a go, and it's actually kind of funny." So I'm like, "Okay, cool. As long as it's not offensive, as long as I'm entertaining, then that's good." Because I think nothing's worse than sir or ma'am. Sir, ma'am, excuse me, sir. Like, no, that's not good. I don't like it. If you're in customer service, if you're working in the customer service field, sir, ma'am, and any overuse of name. Like, don't go, "Okay, Peter, we've got that sorted for you now, Peter. So, Peter, tell me, Peter, what would you like to do, Peter?" Like, I'd like you to stop using my name in a creepy way, please. How did we get here? What are we talking about? We're talking about Nico Ma's track there. Very cool. I like that. I like the way it moved along. And then when that 4 on the floor kicked in, yeah, it was even cooler. So, yeah, I like that sort of vibe. I thought it was really nicely mixed. I thought the balance of all the different samples and the different loops were cool. I'd love to know more about how you actually created that in the combination of Korg Gadget and did you say GarageBand? What did the email say again? Let's reread it. Yeah, GarageBand, iPad, and the Arturia Mini Lab controller and Korg Gadget. So there you go. Bringing things together. Very, very Jade Star-like, bringing all the different apps together and doing your thing there. Let's see what folks have to say about that one. Jade says a nice drum sound. Agree with that. Jeff Brush thought it was cool. Tom Rochelle, very unique and interesting drum pattern. I like it. Yeah, that very, very cool. But Soul Rack M7 sounds cool. Tim Osborne, that's me done past 1 a.m. Yes, please go and don't turn into a frog. Go ahead and get yourself some sleep. SM Borthwick, that was a cool track. Nice drums. Ethan Bybee, I'm really late. And you know the worst thing about that, Ethan? We just played your song. I know. How much are you going to be like, oh? But you can go back and listen and check it out in the replay. Cool. Alrighty. Let's continue along because, yeah, we got a bit more time. Let's hang out. Let's spend a bit more time here together. I did say that I would give you another little promo spiel here. It's not going to be too painful, though. So just if you want to just have a quick nap for 30 seconds, that's okay, too. But if you want to support me here on the channel, you can do so in a few ways. You can go to studiolivetoday.com. There you'll find the mailing list. You can get my epic weekly newsletter. You can check out the gear guide if you're in the market for new gear. All the stuff I use and recommend is listed there. You can also support me through a donation right here on YouTube through a super chat or super sticker. You can donate via PayPal at paypal.me/PeteJohns, or you can join the Patreon community at patreon.com/PeteJohns. So if you do want to join in the fun, head over to studiolivetoday.com. All the things are over there that are going to help you get there. All right. Now, I know that you said there's not enough Swedish dance band music on this channel. So we're going to rectify that in just a moment because Per Larsson has sent me an email and says, just for fun, Swedish dance band music like it was made in the 70s. Saxophones is kazoo through long paper tube, a trick I learned from the GarageBand users group. If this doesn't sound like fun, I don't know what is fun. Yes, I said those words. They came out of my face. Let's bring this one up. It's just a WAV file that Per Larsson has sent me through here. Sounds like an awful lot of fun. So let's bring this one up. We will throw it here on the screen. Let's take a listen to Mitt, lilla, fritdshus from Per Larsson.
Tackar. Nästa sång heter Mitt lilla fritidshus och det är damernas tjuv. Jag har träffat dig och blivit kär och nu är äntligen semestern här. Det är sommar nu och det är sol och du har tagit på en blommig kjol. Jag vill hålla om och krama dig. Och vill du inte följa med mig, bara hoppa inuti min bil. Vi ska bara åka några mil. Så kom med mig till mitt fritidshus. Där lyser solen med ett kritvitt ljus. Nerifrån en vacker himmelblå. På en plats som är gjord för två. Genom täta snår av björk och rönn kan vi finna våran stig till sjön. Kasta kläderna och hoppa i. Det är våran egen melodi. Ja!
I had to leave it on to hear the next saxophone bit. That is so cool. That has just put me in the best mood. Try to keep a frown on your face right now. Listen to that and then tell me that you can have a frown and that you can feel bad in that moment. Love it. I love it. I love the impact that music can have. Thank you so much for sharing. I really enjoyed that. Apart from that, it was a really cool song. Like, I really liked it. Liked the vocals. I liked the arrangement. I liked everything about it. But yeah, that homemade saxophone there, I'm gonna have to give that a try. What was it again? Is a saxophone is a kazoo through a long paper tube trick that I learned. Kazoo and a long paper tube. You can make your own saxakazoo. Maybe. Sounds so cool. What do folks have to say about that? Get some more Swedish dance band music in your life, yeah? Who else enjoyed that one? SM Borthwick says, not just a kazoo played through a tube. Jeff Brush said, I had a toy melodica as a kid. Anyone use one of those? Yeah, I kind of had that. Jade Star, feels like I'm in Oktoberfest. Yeah, how cool is it? It does. It makes you want to it's a bit of that Oompa band, like the German Oompa music. I guess it's all, see, I'm going to get in trouble again. Like Swedish dance hall music is not like German beer hall music. I'm probably going to get in super trouble for that. It's probably a completely different genre. SM Borthwick, that was hilarious. Metallian, now that was fun. Totally fun. I should ask Pear if I can have that as the opening theme music for this show. That'd be cool. Every week, how much fun would that be? If it's like, welcome to your music live. Just love it. Just love it a lot. Bubba says the old man in the Muppets balcony says, thumbs up. Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, I loved it. Oh, I didn't stand it. Oh, I hated it. But what did they do? Something like that. 1,000 Watts, great tune. I agree. And Solrak says, sounds good. Was there a real saxophone? Apparently not. Apparently that was, well, I don't know. I don't know if there was actual sax as well, or if it was all just the kazoo through the tube. Righty-do. Key. Let's continue on. Did I put that? Yeah, I did. I put that details in the details section. We'll close out of that one. We'll come back to me inbox. I've still got a heap. So we're getting there slowly but surely. We're working through these. Let me know, by the way, if you've got any feedback about this show, about whether this is the best way to do this show, whether you think that perhaps I should be doing more live submissions. Would that be cool? Maybe, I don't know. I don't want it to become one of those things where the entire chat is just spammed with links. Because have you seen some of those? Like when I've been watching these sort of shows before, the reason I did it this way, where you have to pre-email it to me, is one, that I can vet it when I get the time to do that. I haven't done it today. But two, I just feel that it just becomes a competition where the chat, instead of people talking about the music and giving feedback, it just becomes play my song, and it just goes, and then I just get confused and play nothing. So I like this way of keeping it off the platform. Emailing it through gives us time. We do it nice and slow here on Studio Live today. It's just the way we go. It's our vibe. Let's continue on here, shall we? And see who is next on the list. It looks like it's going to be Michael Small. Hello to you, Mike. It says, I'd love to submit a song or two for the listening party. I've been more of a lurker on GarageBand user and Facebook page for a while, but starting to connect with people now. I've learned a lot from the group and your videos. I'm a desktop GB user. I have iPhones and iPads. I just don't feel comfortable on the small screen. Yeah, I hear you. Excellent. Let us fight. So you've given me 2 tracks here. I'm just going to choose the first because I've got to choose one, and let's choose the number one. So we're going to link over here to BandLab. This may be the first BandLab link that we've played here. If you don't know about BandLab, very cool place to release independent music. I don't use it. Basically, I was about to use BandLab, and then I decided that I won't. Mostly because oh, this looks interesting. Because I discovered DistroKid and I can distribute to all the different platforms using DistroKid. It made Bandcamp kind of redundant because Bandcamp's good, but it's only one place, and then people have to stream from there or buy from there. If I distribute through DistroKid, people can stream or buy from wherever they happen to be in the world and on whatever platform, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, all those places. Anyway, I'm getting way off track because we're talking about this one. Now, the reason I was like, wow, that looks cool, because it appears that now, is the band Godzilla Attacks Tokyo, and the song is Monday Morning Quarterbacks? Let's have a look. We'll bring it up here. Godzilla Attacks Tokyo seems to be the name of the band, or the artist name here, which sounds super cool. So we're going to play this one now from over here on that. Sorry, I was talking band. We'll fix that in a minute. Let's jump in and listen to this one here on Your Music Live.
I should have done this and I should have done that. You always know all about it after the fact. Monday morning quarterbacks win the game. Monday morning quarterbacks drive you insane. Monday morning quarterbacks a waste of time. If you want to do it right, you better do it next time.
I instantly love the vibe of this song. Yeah, very, very cool. I love the lyrics. I love the guitar in there. I love the vibe of the tune overall. Monday morning quarterbacks. Yeah. Haven't we all come across a few of those people? What should have happened? See what they should have done. See, yeah, like what armchair coaches is what I've often called them. Where it's like, yeah, you know what you need to do. I'm like, you know what you need to do. Sure, no. But no, it is funny, especially you're talking to people and you're like, they'll tell you all the things about the things, whether it's sport, music, politics, or anything in between. They'll tell you all the things that the person should have done and all the ways that if they were doing it, that they would do it this way. And it's like, buddy, just go do it then. Like, no one's stopping you, but unless you're going to get off your butt and do it yourself, you don't really have the right to tell other people how they should do it. All right, a rant over, I promise. Yeah, that'll be the last rant. Sure, Pete. Very, very cool. Thank you so much for sharing that, Mike. I really enjoyed that. And the reason I was confused at the start there is that was a band lab link, not a band camp link. Band camp is what I was referring to. Band lab is like an online platform, also where you can share music, but we can do collaborations and other things as well. So that is very cool. Really did enjoy that one. Have I put the links in? I have put the links in. And come on, Godzilla Attacks Tokyo. What a cool name. That's very, very cool. I like it. Let's come in here and see what folks have got to say about that one. Folks like the idea of having that Swedish dancehall music as the start. We'll continue on. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the start of these comments. It says, I don't have a SoundCloud, so we download it for next week. Yeah, but maybe just resend it and export the file. So instead of sending the .band project file, just send me an MP4, M4A or a WAV file of it, and we'll give it a spin next week. Spear of Sagittarius says ZZ Top vibes. A bit of George Thorogood, says Gino Therese. Stu Cash, brilliant guitar melody. Ace. Yeah, absolutely. Loved that one. Metallian 58, really like the chorus there. Great song. SM Borthwick, the vocals are pure Commander Cody. Very, very cool. 1000 Watts says, hey Pete, is it okay if we submit music that was partly made in our home studios and partly in a studio because I'm in a band and it's kind of hard to do it online? Yeah, like that's fine. This is about independent artists sharing music. So it's definitely about the home studio vibe. So if you said, I know nothing of recording and I'm part of a band and I have a record deal, play my song, well, that's not really the vibe. But yeah, absolutely. I know that some people, if other people helped you record it or if you gave it to a mix engineer or a mastering engineer, still share it. Absolutely. 100%. Soul Rack M7 says sounds good. I also love the electric guitar. I think you just have to bring the drums up a little bit. Yeah, fair call. MM says, hi Pete, I'm new to making music over the weekend. I'm new making music over the week. Make music. Keep doing your music thing. Cool. And Darren Daniluk says, great track. I agree. I think it sounded great. How are we for time? 15 minutes. We got time for maybe 2 or 3 more tracks here. So let's see who makes the cut. In case you're wondering, I am kind of just going back up through my list of stuff and checking out songs as we go through. Because, where are we? To give you an idea of the date, actually I'm up to the 1st of July now. So I'm not too far behind as far as emails go. We're making progress here in the catch up. Let's go to Johannes Wielden. Says, hi Pete, final mix of a title track of my solo album recorded in GB and mixed in Logic. Very cool. You know, that those words make me happy. Recorded in GB and mixed in Logic. Very, very cool. So we're backing up here with another GarageBand Mac user by the sounds of it. So we'll bring this one up. And it is a SoundCloud link, which we will have to pause. So, Robot Dog Studio. There you go. Shades of Blue. Let's throw this one up on the screen. You know the drill by now. Look at the Robot Dog Studio. He's so cute. All right, let's turn the volume up on this one. Let's take a listen to Robot Dog Studio Shades of Blue here on Your Music Live.
You fly by, so that we gave it a second shot. Birds pressing out everything, yeah. Rockin', rolling, going since it's snowing. When you smile, so she's on no end. How'd you get that way? Watching fall into the now can't hold on the thing that I want to captivate. By those little shades of blue, watching fall into her now can't hold on the thing that I want to carry. By those little shades of blue, to go with you. Know me so well, better than myself. You know me. Just stand.
Funky, poppy, rocky, folky, like it. And I like your robot dog. Very, very cool indeed. Really nice production on that one. Vocals were cool. Chord progression was cool on that one. We haven't talked chord progression much in today's show, but I'm a sucker for that sort of chord progression. Changed it up there in the pre-chorus, and then the chorus kicked in. And I like a chord. Here's the thing. What most people do, and I do this in most of my songs, is your verse builds up and then your chorus kicks in and then you go back to your verse. I kind of like that your verse built up, the pre-chorus built up, and then the chorus just took a little step back and it kind of just changed up the feel a bit and then came back into the second verse. So yeah, really good songwriting when you can keep interest. It is, again, if you want to produce a song that is going to keep people interested from start to finish, then varying it up and have different types of vibes and different feels. And I know you might say, Pete, we only listen to the first minute of every song. And that's true. But if you can have grabbed attention, like for most types of music, if you can grab attention within the first minute and you make people want to listen to more, then that's, to me, that's the best thing. So well done there. Thank you for sharing. I've done something here on my screen. We'll bring you back on over here. Jade Star says, what a fun song. Caleb El Vendora said, I like that song. Metallian says, nice use of the stereo field. Well done. Yeah, absolutely. Ethan Bybee, you like it. Stu Cash, really like this funkster. Yeah, I like that guitar. I almost would have a little bit of a flange or maybe even some wah on that guitar. It was kind of just calling out for a little wah. What do you reckon? I don't know. It sounds good as it is. Like, it was a good guitar tone in there, so I really liked it. Darren Dadaluk, very nice sounding tune. Well done. Bean Eric says, very nice use of textures. Soul Rack, I like it. The guitar and drum sounds really good and in the mix. Yeah, agree. Tom Rochelle, really interesting song. Lots going on to keep your attention. Yep. Spirit Sagittarius, yes, I also like the change at the chorus. Absolutely. And Bubba says, Squeeze meets Sister Hazel. Very cool. You've got some... Sometimes Bubba just throws out a couple of band names and I go, yes, what you said. But sometimes, not all the time, but it just goes. I think Bubba is way more educated in music than I am, so he's got some more deep cuts when it comes to music and bands, which is a good thing. I love to hear it. Love to well, there you go. And Jeff Brush is saying, love Sister Hazel, great musicians. There you go. So clearly I'm the odd one out here that doesn't know who Sister Hazel is. Alrighty dokie. Let us continue on and do another track. How long we got? Yeah, we got time. We got time to do more. Who have we got here next? Let's see. Yes, here we go. Here we go. Now, I read an email from Dan Marino before, and Dan says here, hi, Pete, Dan Marino here. That gave me such a great feeling when you played my song, I've sent another track. I don't play guitar, so all my songs are just with keyboard. Excellent. That is fine. This is an M4A file, so we're gonna download it, and then we're gonna play it, and then we're gonna go with it. So let's just download this one from Dan Marino. Every time I see the name Dan Marino pop up there, we've got a bit of a football vibe here today, don't we? We had the quarterback song before, and now we're going to be playing a Dan Marino tune. Sounds cool. Righty dokie. We'll bring up the file. Just takes a couple more minutes here because I just need to make sure I open this file. We'll use a good old VLC player. Any other VLC player? Although I do miss Winamp. Anyone else love Winamp back in the day? Winamp. It really kicks the llama's ass. Something like that. My American's not doing very well at the moment. All right. We've got it up on the screen. So let's take it back to the start. Take it back to the start. See, I don't have to worry about infringing copyrights. Not infringing, you know what I mean? Copyright claims when I do these videos because I'm going to get a heap because I'm playing everyone else's music, so I can sing along and just sort of randomly sing my favorite tunes. It's kind of fun. All right, we got this here ready to go. This is Dan Marino with another tune here called New Wonder. Oh, hang on. Wonder If I'm All Right. Let's go with it here on Your Music Live. Really like that. Bit of a crowded house vibe. Did we say that last time that we listened to one of your tracks? Yeah, I think it's something about the piano and the keys and the organ and the E piano going on in there. Yeah, get a bit of a vibe of a crowded house kind of vibe. I don't think not having guitars in there does that much damage. I could hear a guitar in there just sort of playing a rhythm in the background, or maybe like a lead over the top. And here's the thing, maybe that's an opportunity. Someone was talking over on the GarageBand users group, they said, yeah, this group is really good, but it would be good if we had a better way to collaborate. And I was like, yeah, there is that. And I don't know whether there should be a specific GarageBand collaboration group or even just a collaboration in general group where folks can collaborate. The Create, Record, Release group, go to createrecordrelease.com, is kind of that. I know a lot of people have started collaborating or sharing their ideas, and other people are jumping on saying, hey, I play guitar. I can record a guitar part over your track. and then collaboration happens from there. So maybe that's an option. But yeah, I really liked it anyway. I don't think you need to worry too much about what instruments you do and don't have and what you can and can't put in there. I'd love to have a lot more strings in a lot of my songs, but I don't play strings, so I don't put them in there. Or when I do, I go, Dan Baker, can you play some violin on my track, please? I'll plug your YouTube channel. But no, Dan Baker is a very good violinist if you need someone to play some violin on your tracks. Alrighty. Tom Rochelle says, darker, mysterious vibe from that track. Very cool. Italian, cool, great, good song. Vocals need to be cutting out more, methinks. Yeah, the vocals were just a little bit buried, weren't they? I could probably a little more compression, a little bit more upfront with the vocals would actually go nicely with that one. Requetex says, nice transition to the bridge. Sean O'Hamherigan, sorry about the pronunciation, lovely. Vocals may be a bit far away, but they sound great. Yeah, I think so. I think you could just kind of bring it up either a bit closer to the mic when you're singing, or yeah, just bring it up with a little more bass or a little more compression in there just to make it push through. 1000 Watts said, sound like it could be from Fish. There you go. I do know the band Fish. Just. Very, very cool. Let's... Jeff Brush says, like the track for sure. Absolutely. Very, very cool. Let's continue on, shall we? I'm very sorry, but the next song is going to be the final song. I know. What was that? But no, we are going to have to finish up here because we've been going nearly 2 hours, and I do put a 2-hour cap on this show to protect my voice and to protect your ears and your brains from having to process too much awesome music, because you can overdo it. Sometimes music is just too awesome, and by being that awesome, then it's going to, yeah. Let's have a tune from someone that we all know and love now. He's probably asleep because he lives up in the UK and it's about 1 or 2 in the morning there. But many of you know Scott, aka SM Borthwick. He says, I've just released a new song via DistroKid and I'd be very happy if you consider it for inclusion in an upcoming Your Music live show. Of course I will, Scott, and we'll be playing it in just a moment. This is Karmic Angel by SM Borthwick. We're going to copy this one and throw it over here. Now, yeah, as you know, you would have seen, if you've been on the channel before, you've seen the name SM Borthwick. Scott's also doing a bunch of videos that he did about, I think it was about this song, was it, Scott? You'll have to correct me if I'm wrong on that one. I haven't seen them all, I admit. I haven't seen every episode. But yeah, I love that. I love when people are producing things where they're saying and they're showing how they're actually producing things and how they're doing things. So yeah, thank you for sharing this one. We're going to play this tune, at least most of it, here on Your Music Live now. Let's bring it on up. This is the one, the only SM Borthwick with Karmic Angel live here on Your Music Live.
It's been 2 weeks since you went away, and it's been raining every day. How long will it be till you gotta know that I love you so? I can't ever stop thinking of you. Can't joke around like I used to do. It'll keep on raining in my heart every hour that we're apart. If you could only see that this was meant to be, you're my karmic angel, be my sweet destiny. Ha! I'll talk about love and hate, but I know we're ruled by fate. Don't know which way's up or which way's down. The invisible hand turns round and round. Or maybe we're just grains of sand.
Karmic Angel by SM Borthwick, who is indeed still here, and it was a different track that the video series was about, so apologies for that. I forgot that this track, I've actually already listened to this track. I think you might have shared it over on the group, because when I look at the YouTube channel, the first comment is from me, and it says, so darn funky. And I agree with me, funnily enough, that was so darn funky. Yeah, really liked that. Loved the guitars. Loved the horns in there. Loved it. It's got a bit of a Joe Cocker kind of vibe, not only because your voice is a little bit Cocker-esque. I said Cocker. But yeah, just the overall production on that is just a little bit with the horn section there. Like, can you imagine SM Borthwick just up the front there with the guitar and doing the vocals, and then having like a full horn section behind? Yeah, I can dream. I can imagine it. Very, very cool song. Enjoy it a lot. So yeah, it's a new song that you're working on that the series is about. Again, I'm way behind on my viewing of videos. I barely get enough time to create and release my own videos, so I struggle to keep up with other folks. But I've been seeing what you're doing, and I've been catching bits and pieces, and it's a really cool concept. So continue doing that, because the more people sharing the more stuff about music creation, the better, in my view. So yes, SM Borthwick says, I'm still here. Surprised you got to this one so quickly. The videos are about a different song. Yes, there you go. Stu Cash says, love this, Scott. Mega. Jade Star, this is a great track. Love all that brass. Bubba says, oh yeah, absolutely. Ethan Bybee says, I'm watching you, Pete, as you mess around with the level editor. Yeah, I'm making sure that I can actually, get the levels of the sound right, because I don't want it to be too high or too low in the mix. So there you go. Battalion says, heard this in the GBU group, very well done, and those brass, absolutely. 1,000 watts, the song sounded like Fish. Was the funk one I meant. Okay, the song that sounded like Fish. Okay, gotcha. Makes sense. Makes more sense. Bean Eric says, could walk to this song for a year. I'm going to have to rush through here. Tom Rochelle, very funky, like the deep vocals. Solrek M7 says, oh, I like that. Almost sounds like salsa mixed with rock. One of my favorite styles. I'm Puerto Rican, so play a lot of salsa. 1,000 watts, very smooth. Jeff Brush, great vocals, not easy to stay down in the lower range. Yeah, good job. So too many comments here to get to. Bubba says, loves me some brass, which I think is the final comment that we'll have on that one, and probably close to the final comment of this show, because can you believe we've been here for 2 hours listening to some of this amazing music? Yes, it has flown by, and 2 hours later we are going to have to put a fork in it, because it's done. But I hope you got some value. I hope you enjoyed this. It is a great opportunity to not only have your songs featured, but to listen to other people's tunes, to be able to get feedback on what's working, what maybe you can improve on with your music. And hopefully you've come away with an idea or two, or a concept or two, that you can put into your music creation this weekend, because that is what it's all about. Sharing with the community, sharing ideas, all improving, because you know what I say at the start of every show, I'm here to help you create, record, and release your best music. Big weekend of live stuff coming up here on the channel. Tomorrow morning, of course, home studio Q&A. I'm then doing a virtual gig, which should be a lot of fun for the happy hour. And then Garage Band Weekly finishes and rounds out the weekend as always. Thank you for being here, folks. It's been a pleasure listening to all the awesome tracks again this week. Have a great weekend of creating. I'll see you around the channel, and take care. Bye.